Hi everybody and welcome to episode 5 of the Forex Thursday show, where every Thursday I literally come to you every single Thursday and literally help you in one way or another build yourself as a Forex trader. So whether it's money management, Forex psychology, Forex trading strategy, Forex systems, Forex history, Forex education, no matter what it is, I literally come to you every single Thursday with a new Forex show episode of the show, the Forex Thursday show, where we're literally, the aim of the show is to literally show you what you have to do in order to make money. My name is Israel Kim, I'm the host of the show. I'm from Vintageducation.com. I'm the head Forex trader over there at Vintageducation.com, and literally our main goal every Thursday is to show you exactly what you need to do in order to make money trading the Forex markets. If you've got a question, or if you've got something you want us to cover at some point in the future on a future episode of the show, then literally send an email into questions@vintageeducation.com, and maybe we'll hopefully cover that at some point in the future. Or you can literally call the number below this video and actually find out how we can actually help you, whether it's through products, services, courses, materials, whatever it is. We can obviously get you sorted out as well. So literally, welcome to today's episode of the show. We've got a jam-packed episode, a jam-packed show today, show number 5 of the Forex Thursday show. And what we're going to be covering today is something that's really, really important. Something that I know a lot of Forex traders don't even factor in, okay? So what we're actually going to be talking about today are the two sides of achieving Forex success. I repeat, the two sides of achieving Forex success. And it's interesting because I know literally from years of teaching Forex traders, and obviously even myself personally, learning, finding out about the Forex markets, growing as a Forex trader, losing money, making money, to ultimately to the point where I actually started to get consistent results, okay? So I've got my own personal experience. I've got experience of loads of Forex students I've actually helped and actually covered this kind of stuff with, okay? The majority of Forex traders, I can guarantee, focus on one of the things we talk about today, and it's probably one of the reasons why things aren't actually working out for them, okay? So like I said, what we do on the show every single Thursday, Forex Thursday, the Forex Thursday show, is literally highlight to you the things you need to do in order to make money as a Forex trader, because ultimately that's what matters, okay? Did you make money? Do you make money or not? That's the only thing that matters with regards to Forex. And you really shouldn't waste your time focusing on anything else, okay? Is it profitable or is it not profitable? You need to come with that same workman-like business approach, where it's literally a business is determined by failure or success whether it's profitable or not, okay? If a business is not profitable, then generally you're going to classify that business as a failing business. If it's profitable, then that's the successful business, and that's obviously where you want to be. So you need to treat your trading Forex account like a business, okay, and actually approach it from that standpoint. So like I said, in today's episode, we're going to be covering the two sides to achieving Forex success, okay? So I'm actually going to cover both of these things in today's show, and I'm actually going to highlight what they are. I'm actually going to highlight what you need to do in order to ensure you're actually doing this really important, okay? So literally, let's just jump straight into the show. Like I said, the two things we're going to be covering today are offense and defense, okay? Now, a lot of Forex traders, I've already talked about this already, focus on the offensive side of Forex trading, okay? And that's obviously why they lose so much money, why they allow themselves to get scammed by loads of the salesmen and gurus in the industry that literally don't trade the Forex markets, is because they spend most of their time focusing on offense. Now, I want to use this analogy and use these two sets of things because I want to give you a really easy analogy which you can understand, okay? And sports are a prime example of this, okay? The majority of us in the world watch sports in one way or another, take part in sports in one way or another, okay? And to a certain degree, I see the Forex markets like a sport, like a game, okay? And let's just think about some popular sports worldwide. We talk about football, okay? Soccer if you're over there in America, basketball, American football, hockey, swimming, okay? There's so many different things. Boxing is another prime example of these things, okay? What do you actually have in those sports? You have offense and you have defense. There's a time to attack, there's a time to defend or preserve, okay? And this is the big mistake that a lot of Forex traders don't understand, okay? They enter the markets, they hear about Forex, and all they hear about is, oh, I can make this load of money in a short amount of time. And yes, to a certain degree that's true, okay? You can do that through gambling, which a lot of Forex traders actually sadly wind up in. You can do that through the right kind of education, and obviously you've seen the kind of content and materials we actually produce quite regularly, whether it's even testimonials, whether it's my own self running through me actually taking trades, where I'm actually making big returns by actually more importantly, small risk. So what I'm actually talking about there is me being offensive and defensive at the same time. Okay, there's two sides to this Forex success, to achieving Forex success. Or whether it's me actually revealing my students' results, okay, from time to time, and actually highlighting where my students are playing both offense and defense at the same time. Okay, if you actually check, I actually published a video just recently where it's literally talking about one of my students' results, and within his messaging to me, he was actually highlighting that there was a key part of defense he needed to play, and if he didn't play that defense, he would have lost 3%. Okay, so ultimately, he actually made a 9% profit on that trade. Okay, and these are the kind of returns from one trade that I actually take for myself and actually get my students to make, because we actually know what we're doing. Okay, we know the two sides of the Forex markets. In order to achieve Forex success, we're talking about offense and we're talking about defense. Okay, so in sports, okay, I want to continue to go back to the theme of sports because it's something so relatable to so many of us, whether you're young, you're old, you're middle aged, it doesn't matter. Okay, we all have either participated, watched, encourage someone to endeavor into sports or one way or another, so we all understand the general concepts of sports. Okay, so think about it from that standpoint. How does this relate to Forex? Okay, well, like I said, a lot of Forex traders enter the markets and the first thing they say is, okay, I need to make money. Okay, now that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if you had parameters in place. Okay, and most Forex traders, I can honestly say, don't do this. And I can even talk about myself personally. Okay, when I first entered the markets, my actual Forex goal was to make a lot of money. Okay, there wasn't no tangible result, there wasn't no time frame. It was essentially make a lot of money right now. And when someone comes into the industry with that mindset, and you probably might have something similar, okay, you might be in the Forex market for years and obviously not be making money. You might just be entering, you might be thinking about entering, and if you're in all these different stages, you need to think the same way. Okay, so I came into the market with that kind of mentality, and what do you think I was attracted to? I was attracted to people selling me a dream of, you can make millions today or millions tomorrow, okay, and stuff like that. And that's obviously not what you want to do. You want to be focused on the business side of Forex, which is long-term success, long-term sustainability. You want to focus on returns, good returns, minimal risk, and consistency. Okay, so when you think about it from that standpoint, you're just in a completely different situation to a lot of Forex traders in the industry, because a lot of them, 95% of Forex traders lose money. It's not because Forex doesn't work, it's because they come in with the wrong mindset and they go off and allow the wrong kind of people to teach them. It's literally going back to the Bible, where it's literally talking about the blind leading the blind. You don't want to be led by someone that's blind in the Forex industry. You want to be led by someone that can see, that knows where they're going and actually can take you with them. Okay, and that's one of the main reasons I actually got into the educational side of Forex. Okay, I obviously still trade myself, my live trading account, but also at the same time, I'm obligated. Okay, it's my obligation, I believe, to help Forex traders not fall for the scams in the industry. Okay, it's just that simple. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the two sides of Forex success. I mentioned I'm going to talk about what it is that you need to do, and obviously if you're not doing it already, how to actually overcome this. Okay, so let's run through offense, a couple of offensive features first of all. Okay, so the first thing you need to focus on when it comes to offense, and I've talked about this in the previous show of the ForexThursday show, where I was talking about solid risk to reward. Now, it's really important. I'm not going to go into as much detail as I did in the previous show, so make sure you go back and actually watch that episode, okay, of the show, because it was really insightful. But the fundamental thing you need to understand is you need a solid risk to reward strategy to be playing solid offense in the Forex markets. So we're talking about 3-to-1 risk to reward minimum. Okay, you might want to go to 4-to-1, you might want to go to 5-to-1, okay, even 6-to-1, 7-to-1 and beyond. But ultimately, you need to ensure that you've got a solid risk to reward strategy in place. What does that do? That means you make a lot of money, okay, which is prime. Okay, it's prime time. Okay, there's nothing wrong with making a lot of money in Forex. It's not impossible to make a lot of money in Forex. You can actually make a lot of money in Forex. Okay, I make a lot of money in Forex. My students make a lot of money in Forex trading, and you can make a lot of money in the Forex industry if you listen to what I'm actually talking about. Okay, so one of the key things you actually need, okay, is solid risk to reward. That means every time you risk, let's say for example, $10 on a trade, you need to make $30 or $40 or $50 or $60. That's playing good offense. Okay, you're playing good offense through having a good solid risk to reward, but also by forcing yourself to take good trades, because only good trades are going to provide those kind of risk to reward parameters. Okay, so it's forcing you to take good trades. Okay, and interwoven with all of this stuff is good forex psychology that's working in your brain in order to actually make that work, okay? So the first piece of good offense you need to achieve forex success is a solid risk to reward ratio, okay? Risk a small amount in comparison to how much you're aiming for on a trade. Now, don't let anyone tell you those trades aren't there. They're available for you. They are, okay? You just have to know what you're doing, and that's where someone like me comes in, because I know what I'm doing and I teach my forex students exactly what to do, okay? So you need a solid risk to reward ratio in order to be playing good offense, okay? Let's talk about something else. You need trading rules, and this is really insightful, okay? Now, this is just literally self-explanatory, but you'll actually be surprised how many people, number one, don't have forex trading rules, and number two, don't follow those trading rules, okay? So you need a set of trading rules that you can literally look at every single day you're trading the forex markets. So every day before you open your charts, I want you to open up your trading rules and actually follow what I'm actually talking about now. We actually have my own personal pre-coded forex trading journal / business plan template. If you want that as well, just head on over to vintageeducation.com /TJK. You can obviously find out more about that. Okay, it's really insightful, but you need to focus on following and having trading rules. Trading rules that identify things like we've talked about already. Solid risk to reward. Okay, so I'll give you an example. One of my trading rules is I need to make at least 3 times, at the bare minimum, at least, 3 times what I risk. So if I don't take a trade with at least 3 times the reward of what I'm risking, then I've breached my trading rules, okay? And I'm constantly looking at that and reviewing it and saying to myself, okay, I need to get these kind of trades, because I'm programming myself, I'm forcing myself by following these rules, okay, to literally have a solid game plan. Okay, that's a great piece of offense. I've got trading rules that propel me, they push me towards success. Okay, you think about what most forex traders do, they don't have trading rules, or they don't follow those trading rules. And from that standpoint, you're actually putting yourself in a position to actually lose money. Okay, so as we go through all of these things, you'll probably identify more and more why you're probably not making money right now. Or if you're just entering the forex market, so you're thinking about entering the forex markets, in your mind is saying to yourself, okay, this makes sense. Okay, he's explaining and outlining to me why these things need to be in my forex trading. They're gonna propel you and push you. It's good offense. Okay, you're scoring points, you're scoring goals, you're making touchdowns. Okay, you're hitting it out of the park with a home run by following these kind of things. Okay. Let's get into some defense, because it's not all about offense. And like I said, a lot of people get carried away with the whole offensive approach, offensive strategy. Well, it's not. You need to have defense in order to protect you, okay? Because what some people don't understand is it's not always about making money. There's times when you need to preserve yourself, or you need to defend yourself from different parameters. So let's jump into some defensive things, some defensive mindsets here as well, okay? So the first thing I want to talk about here and ensure you actually have is minimal risk. Why do we risk minimal amounts of trading account? I really enjoy talking about making profits from forex, but what I enjoy more is not only talking about the profits I make, but making those kind of profits while risking small amounts of my trading account. Okay, you don't want to really risk more than 2% of your trading account. Okay, and what am I doing when I risk minimal amounts of my trading account? I'm defending. Okay, so what you're going to understand, if you really get what I'm talking about in today's show, ForexThursday, okay, show number 5, episode number 5 is this, okay? You play offense and defense simultaneously, and you play defense and offense simultaneously at the same time, okay? Minimal risk. What is that doing? That's part of offense. That's part of me actually taking a trade, being offensive, okay? But at the same time, I'm protecting my trade. I'm protecting my trading account by ensuring that I'm risking a small amount of my trading account. What does that do? That protects my whole trading account as a whole. So we're defending my trading account. That defends my forex psychology, okay, in the trade, and obviously just generally, because I'm not putting myself in a position to lose a lot of money. Okay, I'm only risking a little bit of money. So if I get it wrong, I can literally take the scratch trade, move on, and get on to bigger and better things. Okay, what do most forex traders do? They risk a lot of money. So a lot of forex traders will either have a huge extreme stop loss, so they risk a lot of money, or even worse, they won't have any stop loss, and they'll just be deciding every now in every literal trade, okay, how much I'm going to lose here, how much I'm going to lose there. That's not the kind of position you actually want to be in. So you want to ensure you've got minimal risk on your Forex trading account every time, okay? And obviously that can be part of the trading rules as well. So that's minimal risk as well. I've got trading rules in regards to risk on my account. I kind of talked about already. I need to make at least 3 times more than what I'm risking, okay? Let's talk about something else. So this is a big one, and this is something most people don't understand, and that's days off, okay? Most Forex traders, and this is based on the programming we actually have growing up, okay? Because we're literally taught from a young age that you need to work hard, you need to work consistently in order to be rewarded, okay? Now that typically works in a typical lifestyle, typical work mindset, okay? Set society, basically, in a sense. You might have a 9 to 5 right now, where it literally means you wake up, you go to work, you come back, you wake up, you go to work, you come back. And obviously you don't want to be like that forever, but at the same time, that's programming you, that's habitually teaching you to consistently work, okay? What happens if you take a day off? If you take a day off, you don't get paid, okay? But in the Forex markets, if you take a day off, yes, you might not necessarily get paid. If you've got trades on running, then you obviously could get paid. But let's say for worst case scenario, you've got no trades, okay? There's no negative, okay? All it means is you protected your trading account, and that's what you need to understand, okay? So you get Forex traders that come into the industry literally pre-populated in their mind saying, look, I need to trade every day, because they've been programmed to work every day in order to be successful, in order to guarantee their money, okay? That's not what you need to do. There are days when you need to take off, okay? Whether it's a big holiday where there's going to be no trade activity and there's no point to trade, whether there's a particular time, for example, before a big news release, okay, you might not want to trade because there's no volume, there's no activity, okay? That's another example. There might just be a day where you might be if you're looking at the charts for consecutive amount of weeks or consecutive amount of days, and you say, you know what, I need to take time off because I don't want to be doing this anymore. I want to just give myself a break to walk away from the charts, give myself some time to just refocus and all those kind of things. I regularly take days off from the Forex markets because there's no desperation to trade, okay? When you can make a 10% profit in one day from one trade in a couple of hours, why would I put myself in a position where I'm forcing myself to trade, okay? You don't want to force yourself to do that, okay? So that's a big one, and I've talked about it. Comes down to our mental makeup. You need to break away from that conventional understanding, because Forex doesn't work like that. It's not who takes the most trades who makes the most money, okay? It doesn't come down to that. I've been talking about this for years. I actually believe it's the opposite, okay? What I found for myself and what I've actually found for my students is the less trades we take, the more money we make, okay? Because we're defending ourselves in order to be really offensive, in the sense that we don't take as many trades, so that means we have to take better trades in order to make profits, okay? We don't take as many trades, so we're not constantly risking money on our trading account, okay? So just think about all of these reasons, okay? It's that important. Okay, so you want to be taking days off, and you don't want to fall for the conventional wisdom that I need to trade every day in order to make money. Never have the mindset, and I made this mistake myself in the first couple of years of my trading, okay, which was coming to the market expecting, literally demanding, saying you need to take a trade, okay, because what's that going to do? On the day that there's good trades, fair enough, you might take those good trades, but the day there's no trades or there's bad trades, you're actually putting yourself in a position to blow your trading account, okay? So literally, be prepared to take days off and allow your defense to work out. So let's talk about maybe one more thing on the other side before we wrap up today's show, okay? So let's talk about defense, okay, before we get into the last offensive characteristic I want to highlight here. And this is what I want to talk about today to wrap up the defensive side, is long-term sustainability, okay? I kind of talked about this in a previous show as well, but most Forex traders come into the industry and I call it money bag eyes. The only thing they see is money. They don't see the long-term success where they can literally quit a full-time job, but they've got loads of time to spend with their kids, their partners, their friends, and actually enjoy life, okay? They force themselves not to think about that stuff, and they think about today. They think about right now, okay? They say, okay, I need to make money today. When my mindset coming into Forex was, I need to learn how to make money, okay? And yes, I started with a small trading account. I didn't start with some big investment, and from that standpoint, there were struggles, okay? But I constantly got over that by saying to myself, it's not about how much money I'm making today. It's about how much money I propel myself into making tomorrow and in a year's time and in 10 years time, okay? Because if I learn how to make money from Forex, this is something I can do for the rest of my life, okay? And that's what you need to think about. So that's defensive mindset, thinking about long-term sustainability. Don't make the mistake of thinking about just today. Think about the bigger scheme of things. Think about your kids. If you haven't got kids now, think about the kids you may have in years to come. If you don't intend to have kids or anything like that, think about the young people in your family, okay? If young people that are growing up, you want to be in a position where you can provide for them, where you can show them a better way in life, not this constant 9 to 5 grind where you're literally just struggling over and over again on a hamster wheel, literally going round again, hoping that something changes. These are the kind of reasons why Forex are so lucrative, because the money that you can make is really lucrative. The time it provides you with. I literally don't trade for more than an hour a day, okay? And that goes into what I'm talking about today, okay? I'm not taking a lot of trades every day or every week, so I don't need to be there in front of charts all the time, okay? I'm protecting my trading account, so I'm defensive, okay? But at the same time, I'm going for big targets, okay? And I'm getting those big targets, so I'm hitting my offensive goals at the same time. Okay, so let's wrap up today's show talking about one more final thing on offense. And what I actually want to talk about, you might actually laugh about this and think this is crazy, but this is to actually trade, okay? And the fundamental thing about this is, okay, the two things before I've talked about on offense, which are literally solid risk to reward and trading rules, are the things that are going to build confidence into actually taking trades. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, what on earth is Israel talking about actually taking trades? I will submit to you, okay, that there are traders out there, okay, and I was one of them at one point in my career, that won't actually take trades. Why? Because they're scared. Why would someone be scared to actually take a trade when you can actually make money? Big one is because you're risking too much money, okay? So if you enter a trade and you're scared, you can't close your laptop or your computer down, you can't walk away, you can't go to sleep, you're probably risking too much money, okay? You've got too much skin in the game. I take a trade, I can walk away. I can go and spend time with my kids, with my kid at the moment, my daughter Anna. I can go and spend time with my wife. I can spend time with my brothers, my friends, whoever I want, okay? Because I'm not risking a lot of money, okay? So I'm literally I'm putting myself in a position where I could actually take the trades. If you can't take trades right now, okay, you've got a problem, okay? Maybe you're risking too much, you're not confident in what you're doing, and you need to get confidence in what you're doing, and you need to start risking the right amount of money, okay, the right percentage of your trading account. Maybe for some of you, 2% is too much and you need to risk 1%, okay, or you need to risk 0.5%, okay? It's not set in stone. I'm not the kind of person that says you must risk 2% on a trading account. No. Everyone's different, okay? Different people have different tolerances, but I'm going to say you want to cap it at 2% because you don't want to have too much money on the line, okay? And you want to think about if you ever fall into a long losing streak, you want to know that you've got a long length of leeway, okay? And obviously, there's that way, and there's obviously going for big returns, which will cover a lot of losses, okay, if you ever get into that situation, okay? So literally, there's another way this actually happens to Forex traders is those out there that literally do the analysis, know what way the market's going, but are too scared to take the trade. This was what happened to me for a long time. It got to the point where I actually knew how to trade the Forex markets, and I was just literally scared. I'll do my analysis, I'll look at the charts, and I'll say, okay, I need to take this sell position now, or I need to take this buy position now. And ultimately, I was so scared I wouldn't take it, to the point where I got frustrated after weeks and weeks and weeks of literally doing my analysis, seeing trades, not taking them, and then seeing them go to my target levels, okay? At that point in time in my life, I said, you know what, I'm actually going to start taking these trades. I'm actually going to take them, because I never forget, this is one thing that stuck with me for years, and I'll constantly remind myself and constantly teach people this thing, okay? There is no way you can make money if you're not invested in the Forex markets, okay? There's a time when defense needs to end and you actually need to take trades, and it's just that simple, okay? So those are the three things on offense and the three things on defense I want to share in today's show, in order for you to identify the two ways to achieve Forex success, the two sides to achieve Forex success, offense and defense. Don't focus on one, focus on both, and intertwine them into your Forex trading. So I want to thank you for joining me on today's episode 5 of the ForexThursday show. I really appreciate your support. And obviously, one of the things we're doing right now, obviously we've got a trading signal service where literally every single week, I'm actually going to be showing you what markets to trade, what way to trade them. So literally all you have to do is literally go and take the trades I'm actually talking about, and actually you can actually make money that way, okay? So this is one of the best ways you can actually earn while you learn, okay? And if you're interested in actually following up and getting a 30-day trial into this weekly trade signal service, and as you can see, right here. Literally head on over to vintageeducation.com/30, okay, 30, and obviously you can get a 30-day trial, and obviously the bonuses, you can actually see it as well. Okay, you can literally just click right here and you actually be taken to actually sort you out. So thanks for joining me on today's episode of the Forex Thursday show, episode number 5. Look out for new episodes in the future, and all the best of your Forex trading, and hopefully you start making Forex money really, really soon. Thanks and take care.